Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren pays tribute to great freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on Parakram Divas. RSS General Secretary Dattatreya Hosabale says INA Memorial at Moirang is a pilgrimage center of modern India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi names 21 largest unnamed islands of Andaman and Nicobar after Paramveer Chakra awardees. Village Defence Force personnel goes missing during anti-poppy drive at Paisi village in Chandil district along Indo-Myanmar border. Manhunt launch. Manufacturing plants found set up in agricultural land in 7 villages within Hero constituency of Thobal district. An ace boxer, Mary Kom, will head oversight committee to probe allegations by wrestlers, says Union Sport Minister Anurag Thakur. Hello and welcome. You're watching IS English News and I'm WUNGKHAI with you. Now let's see the news in detail. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren has paid tribute to the great freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on the occasion of Parakram Divas. The Chief Minister in his message said that Netaji's contribution in India's freedom struggle is an inspiration for all. He asserted that the NIA headquarters at Moirang in Bishnupur district, Manipur, where the NIA unfurled the tricolour flag for the first time on April 14, 1944, was set up by Netaji himself. He called upon everyone to reaffirm their pledge to serve the nation and work for its progress and development on the 126th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. While paying his homage to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on the occasion of Parakram Divas, Dattatreya Hosabale, Sarkaryava General Secretary of Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh RSS, said that the INA Indian National Army Memorial situated at Moirang in Manipur is a pilgrimage center of modern India. Quote unquote, my humble homage and tributes to the greatest son of Bharat Mata Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on his birth anniversary. His indomitable spirit and unforgettable deeds are ever inspiring for all Indians. The memorial at Moirang is a pilgrimage center of modern India. Hosabale said during his visit to the NIA Memorial, Moirang on Monday morning. Hosabale, who is on a 4-day visit to Manipur, joined the nationwide celebrations of Parakram Divas by paying floral tribute at the NIA Memorial, where Netaji unfurled India's flag in 1944 for the first time on Indian soil. INA will go down in the history of India's freedom struggle in golden letters. It is because of the INA's great sacrifice and war against British that crores of Indians were enthused to raise their voice against the British Empire and attain freedom. The Navy revolt of Mumbai was inspired by INA's movement and sacrifices made by hundreds and thousands of men and women, said Hosabale. He also praised the sacrifices of the people of Manipur and Northeast in India's freedom struggle. The contribution of INA made the freedom struggle of India came to its finale. Dattatreya Hosabale also visited the NIA headquarters and museum accompanied by K.H. Ranjan Singh, Assam Kshetra Karyawaha, Ulhas Kulharni, Assam Kshetra Pracharak, Sunil Mohanty, Assam Kshetra Prachar, Pramukh, M. Ashokan, and Assam Kshetra Pracharak Pramukh. During his visit, Dattatreya also interacted with local dignitaries and social workers at Moirang.
The unforgettable role of INA, the Azad Hind Force, go down in the history of India's freedom struggle in golden letters. It is because of the INA's great war in the name of Dilli Chalo. Ultimately, the crores and crores of Indian people were enthused to raise their voice against the British Empire and attain freedom. And it was the last bit of India's freedom struggle. And INA, because of its movement, later on, Navy revolt took place in Mumbai. In a way, we can say, because of INA led by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and the sacrifices made by hundreds and thousands of INA soldiers, both men and women, in which the contribution of Manipur is one of the greatest thing, and because of that, the Indians in Navy, they rebelled against the British rule. And already the British Empire had, in a way, they were on their last leg in Indian soil, and that's why the INA.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi today named the 21 largest unnamed islands of Andaman and Nicobar Island after Param Veer Chakra awardees. The Prime Minister attended the event in Port Blair via video conferencing. He also unveiled the model of the National Memorial dedicated to Netaji. The memorial will be built on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Deep in Port Blair. The memorial will consist of Netaji's museum, heritage trail, ropeway connected to Port Blair, and a children's park. Speaking on the occasion, Prime Minister Narendra Modi stated that a new history is being written today as the nation celebrates Parakram Divas, marking the 126th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Modi said that the coming generations will remember this history and be inspired by it. The Prime Minister said that the government recognized the great valor and supreme sacrifices of India's brave soldiers, for whom nation first is the only motto. The largest unnamed island was named after the first Param Veer Chakra awardee, Major Somnath Sharma, who lost his life in action on November 3, 1947, while fighting Pakistani infiltrator near Srinagar airport. The naming of island has deep messages like Ek Bharat, Shrashta Bharat, eternity of sacrifices made by Indian soldiers, and the great valor of the Indian Army. Home Minister Amit Shah and Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan were also present at the event. Keeping in mind the historical significance of the Andaman and Nicobar Island and to honor the memory of Netaji, Rose Island was renamed as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Deep by Prime Minister during his visit to the island in 2018. In a bizarre news, a village defense force (VDF) personnel who took part in the poppy destruction drive at Phaisi village in Chandel district along Indo-Myanmar border has gone missing. The VDF personnel has been identified as Ningombam Premananda, aged 37 years old, son of Dina of Thoubal Okram in Thoubal district. He has a wife and two kids, a daughter and a son. His VDF number is 706. He is currently posted at Chinkham Post under Thoubal District Police. Premananda accompanied the team comprising personnel of Chandel and Kukching Police, Forest Department staff and Narcotics Bureau led by Chandel SDPO in the poppy destruction drive at the village launch on January 16th. The drive was carried out under the overall supervision of Thoubal SP Jogesh Chandra Haubijam. Altogether, 70 police personnel of Thoubal District Police were in the list issued by the SP for the anti-poppy drive, which was to be conducted till January 21st. They all reported to Chakpi Karong Police Station on the morning of January 16th. According to sources, Premananda was last seen at a meal on the night of January 20. His companions later noticed that he was missing from the group and looked for him, but nowhere to be found. Family members and his colleagues tried to call him, but got no answer, and afterwards his phone has remained switched off. Additional police personnel have been deployed at the area, where a manhunt has been launched to find the missing VDF personnel. Meanwhile, speaking to media, wife of Premananda Ningomba Ongbi, Romita, today said that she had no contact with her husband after he left for the anti-poppy drive, and later her family was informed by the police that Premananda had gone missing. She expressed deep concern over the matter and urged the authority concerned to step up efforts to trace her husband's whereabouts.
Maji ipo untuk panggilan tang kunga matoi da bukan cuma itu saja lagi khususnya na tiga orang itu pau lagi ada mungkin tiba ya apa mungkin uji tiba ya tadi mungkin na buat kita tajan beden tawa yang mana biu beberapa tipis tu tahu kan mana ini usahakan yang cari juga jaman depan kan tu panggilan Sakari istri lain itu yang kan tidak yang tahu yang nak mana bi, aduh, itu apa samsang organisasi yang mana betul tu hasil cabut tiba dah, betul tempang bi, aduh lupa, cak lain bayi mau nabi, si kawan ini cak dina, si bakang dan lain lain lagi, hari jam nak lupa, sebelum dah, jadi ni jam nak, cuma tempang bi juga, sakari macam itu je hasil ni. Kita nak mbak hasil di mana? Ini macam kita, sini macam kita muka je nak kita ini tentang kita lah. Kita bisa jadi pemain nak kita mama ini apa? Ada ni bisa, kita nak bisa jadi pemain tersenang dia hari ni.
Amidst the Manipur government's effort to save agricultural land and restrict unwarranted use of paddy field for non-agriculture purposes, some individuals have reportedly constructed permanent building structure on agricultural land in some areas at Hero constituency in Thoubal district. A sizable portion of arable land at WUNGKHAI, Nigel, Fanjakong, Chandrakong, Leirongtail, Malom and Leirongtail Pitra in Thoubal district has been occupied by factories and industries, violating the Manipur Conservation of Paddy Land and Wetland Act 2014 enacted by the state government to conserve the paddy land and wetland, to restrict the conversion or reclamation thereof in order to promote growth in the agricultural sector in the state. In view of the situation, Chingoi Lamlelt Kanbalup CLKL WUNGKHAI has urged the Chief Minister and authorities concerned to look into the matter at the earliest possible time. Speaking to media at WUNGKHAI Lekai Public Ground in this regard today, CLKL Secretary Shorakhaibam Sanaton pointed out that over 10 factories and industries such as sawmill, stone crusher and ply have been constructed in the agricultural land area. He said that the organization submitted a memorandum to the Deputy Commissioner Thoubal on November 11, 2021 regarding the matter, but to no avail till date. He maintained that the villagers recently noticed construction of a tile and autoclave aerated concrete AAC block factory in farmland in WUNGKHAI village. He drew the attention of the Chief Minister towards the same and appealed for his intervention in the matter to save and conserve the agricultural land of the state. The CLKL Secretary further cautioned that the villagers, along with the civil society, will launch agitation to protect the agricultural land.
Yarpok kilometer Nipan Mukjangal Leva, Kakmaya, Hana Kana Hirokin, Manunda Leva, a Sigi area, a Kogi government when a past of Guna Leva, the Manipuri Conservation of Paddy Land and Wetland Act 2014, a Sig Ama in the Talina, Government Lane Lena, Housing a Kogi area, Kunjigi area, Stone Crusher, Aduga, Tines Tana Bagi, Aduga, Stone Brick, a Sinaching Factory Kama, Likanaba, Toronto Ribasi, Kungi in the Yaning, and the government to Matanda, Ming Changi Canada,
Manipuri's ace boxer Mary Kom will head 5-member oversight committee that will probe sexual harassment allegations against President of Wrestling Federation of India, WFI, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. While briefing media personnel about the latest update today, Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur asserted that an oversight committee has been formed and announced boxer Mary Kom to head the committee. The other members of the panel are Olympic medalist wrestler Jogeshwar Dutt, former badminton player and Mission Olympic Cell member Trupti Murgunde, ex-TOPS CEO Rajesh Rajagopalan, and former SAI Executive Director teams Radhika Shriman. He said that for the coming month, the committee will investigate the allegations put up by the wrestlers. The minister earlier said that the Oversight Committee will help to ensure that all the complaints made against the Executive Committee of the Federation are inquired into the Federation and is managed in an efficient and transparent manner in the best interests of the sportsperson, and also said that the committee will submit its report within 4 weeks. Meanwhile, earlier in the day, a petition was filed in the Delhi High Court against the players who had leveled sexual allegations against the Indian Wrestling Federation president. Notably, the Wrestling Federation of India and India's top wrestlers are in the face of situations after the latter leveled allegations, including that of sexual harassment against the WFI president Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. The wrestlers protested at Delhi's Jantar Mantar and sought Singh's resignation, among other demands. However, the protest was called off by the grapplers after they met Sports Minister Anurag Thakur for the second time. Earlier, the Sports Minister directed the WFI to suspend all ongoing activities owing to the various allegations against the sport body and its president. The ministry on Saturday also suspended WFI's Assistant Secretary Vinod Tomar with immediate effect, a fallout of allegation of sexual harassment and corruption against the sports body's chief. Royal Riders Manipur RRM, a club of bullet riders who has a motto of serving with adventure, observed its 16th Foundation Day today at its office complex located at Meitei Langol. The program started with the raising of the club flag and paying fitting floral tributes to the deceased members of the club. The RRM members also observed a 1-minute silence as a mark of respect to the departed members. Members of the club, along with the family members of the deceased member, attended today's event. New members were introduced and financial and activities reports were also produced at the event. R.K. Tombisana, president of RRM, said that the club member had been reaching out to the far-flung corners of the state, especially at healthcare facilities. RRM mainly focuses on the effect caused by climate change and serves travelers in unmotorable areas, he added. National Family Health Survey 5, NFHS 5, was conducted in the year 2019-20 by the central government of India in Assam. Further, as per the survey, in Assam, around 11.7% of women or minor has conceived and given birth to a child, which proves that the role of child marriage is dominated in certain parts of the state. Diving further deep into the data, Dhubri district registered 22% of women or girls gave birth at an early age of life. Notably, in South Salmara, the data claimed 22% of women became mothers at an early age. In Derang, 16%, Kamrup, 15%, in Hojai, 15.6%, Bongai Gaund, 15.4%, Nagaund 15% and Barpeta 14%, which accounts the rate of child marriage is in the prohibited age, which a law does not permit. The most concerning part are the highest among all districts is said to be Dupri, which registers around 50.8% and 44% registered in South Salmara. Darang 42%, Nagaon 42%, Golpara 41%, Gongai Gaon 41%, Barpeta 40%, Morigain 39%, and Dima Hasao 15%, a media report said. On the other hand, districts such as Jorhat and Sivasagar, which is regarded as forward district, also recorded a child marriage of 24%. The average of child marriage as per the National Family Health Survey 5 stands at 31%. Addressing a presser, Assam Chief Minister asserted that the prime factor of the death of infants and mothers could be termed child marriage. Quote unquote, the state cabinet has decided whichever girls are made to get married and are under 14 years of age, a case will be registered under the POCSO Act, said Assam Chief Minister. Further, for any child marriage which takes place at an age of 14 years to 18 years, punishment will be given under Section 15 to 16 from 2 years onwards, depending on the severity of the case. The marriage shall be called null and void. Hence, any cases related to those below 14 years will be registered under POCSO Act, and cases related to the age group from 14 to 18 years will be registered under the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006. The Cabinet has directed the Assam Police to conduct a drive against child marriage in the entire state and bring them to the books of the law, the Chief Minister added. Nation is celebrating Parakram Divas today to mark the 126th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. The day is celebrated as Parakram Divas every year to inspire people of the country, especially the youth, to act with fortitude in the face of adversity as Netaji did, and to infuse in them a spirit of patriotism, fervor. One of the most prominent features of India's freedom movement, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was born on 23rd January 1897. Bose went on to become the head of the Indian National Army and also the founder head of the Azad Hind government. Playing a pivotal role in the freedom movement, his defiance of British authority made him a hero among many Indians. His legacy is that of a powerful and aggressive freedom fighter who tried to deliver on his own words, freedom is not given, it is taken. It may be mentioned that the Union Culture Ministry last year announced that January 23rd birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose would be celebrated as Parakram Divas, Day of Courage, every year. President Draupadi Murmu paid homage to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on his birth anniversary today. Murmu paid floral tribute in front of a portrait of Netaji at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, leaders of parties in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, members of parliament, former members of parliament, other dignitaries also paid homage to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on Parakram Divas in the Central Hall of Parliament House on his birth anniversary. The Prime Minister recalled the Bose's unparalleled contribution to India's history, adding that he will be remembered for his fierce resistance to colonial rule. A grateful nation remembers the great freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on his birth anniversary today, January 23rd. It was on this day in 1897 that Netaji was born in Chutak, Odisha. The day is celebrated as Parakram Divas. The 23rd of January is celebrated as Parakram Divas every year to inspire people of the country, especially the youth, to act with fortitude in the face of adversity as Netaji did, and to infuse in them a spirit of patriotic fervor. Subhash Chandra Bose, affectionately referred as Netaji, was a prominent leader who fought for the freedom of India during the struggle of India's independence. The government designated Netaji's birthday as Parakram Divas in 2021 to commemorate the extraordinary contributions of the freedom fighter in the Indian freedom struggle. The visionary leader founded the Azad Hind Fauj in Japanese-occupied Singapore during World War II in October 1943, with the purpose of allying with the Axis powers to liberate India from British rule. At least 3 Myanmar nationals lodged in a temporary jail in Churachandpur district escaped on January 22nd. As per jail authorities, the incident took place at around 8 a.m. at Sadbafna Mandap in Churachandpur district, Manipur. The Myanmarese nationals identified as Wimninte, Win Nyang Thon and Biaka were detained under the Foreigners Act for illegally entering India and were kept at the temporary jail in Churachandpur. Wimninte and Thon has been at the jail since April 4, 2021, while Biaka was detained on March 29, 2022. The jail authorities, while going on their daily rounds, found that the 3 Myanmarese inmates missing from the cell. The police official was quoted as saying the Myanmar nationals have been booked under Section 224, obstruction to lawful apprehension, and 34 acts done by several persons in furtherance of common intentions of IPC. It may be mentioned that Manipur police apprehended a total of 80 Myanmar nationals, including 20 children from different locations of the district since June last year. Notably, Assam Rifle and Custom Department, based on specific inputs, conducted a joint operation in Mizoram on January 16 and seized huge amount of explosive items. During the operation, warlike stores including explosive materials were recovered by the joint search team. 2 Myanmar nationals were arrested during the operation. The recovered items included 100 detonators and 8 rolls of detonating cord. Now let's take a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Go Aviator Academy, a complete platform for aviation aspirants, inspired by experienced professionals. Come and join with us, a course designed for cabin crew and ground staff to help turn your dreams into reality.
Welcome back. As the 60 seats assembly polls are slated to be held on February 16th, the Tripura Pradesh Congress Committee (TPCC) would declare the names of all candidates on January 25th. Speaking to reporters, PCC President Birajit Sinha on January 23rd said that Congress would declare their candidate list on January 25th. Quote unquote, "We have already decided our candidate's name, which will be discussed in the meeting of Central Election Committee in New Delhi. On January 25th, we will declare the names of all the candidates for the assembly polls," said Sinha. He further informed that the dialogue on the seat sharing with the opposition CPIM is in the process. Quote unquote, "We will not field candidate in those places where Congress might be defeated, but chances of CPIM candidates to win is high." So the dialogue on the seat sharing with opposition CPIM is under process, he said, adding that he is hopeful that people will support this alliance. Perhaps this time in the history of Tripura elections, the Grand Old Congress and CPIM have come together to contest the election in a move to defeat BJP and to free the people of the state from the alleged misrule of the Saffron Party. The Janata Dal United JDU is likely to contest in over 20 constituencies in the upcoming Nagaland Assembly elections. The JDU will likely contest in 20 to 22 seats in Nagaland Assembly election 2023 with an eye on gaining national party status. Polling to the 60-member Nagaland Legislative Assembly will be held in one phase on February 27. The counting of votes will be held on March 2nd. The JDU had contested in 13 seats in the 2018 Nagaland Assembly elections. The party managed to secure 4.6% of the vote share and won only one seat in Nagaland Legislative Assembly. However, in 2019, the lone JDU MLA and Nagaland Minister WUNGKHAI quit the party and joined the ruling NDPP. Notably, in the assembly elections in Arunachal Pradesh in 2019 and 2022, Manipur polls, the JDU had won a respectable number of seats. If the JDU manages to secure 8% vote share in the upcoming Nagaland Assembly elections, the party will manage to gain national party status. Now the sports news. In men's cricket, the third and final ODI between India and New Zealand takes place at Indore on January 24th. The match will be played in Holkar Cricket Stadium from 1:30 p.m. India will look to clean sweep the series, having already won 2 ODIs. India secured a comprehensive 8-wicket win in the second ODI in Raipur on Saturday to clinch their 7th consecutive ODI series at home. The hosts won the first one-dayer by 12 runs in Hyderabad on Wednesday. Next, the two teams will play 3 20-20 matches. The first match will be played on the 27th of January at Ranchi. FC Goa ended their 4-game winless run and clinched 3 crucial points against Kerala Blasters in the Indian Super League at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Goa. Goals from Iker Gorkot Zekna, Noah Sadoya and Redeem Tleng helped Goa surpass Odisha FC to 5th and went 4 points clear of Bengaluru FC in 7th on the points table. Meanwhile, the Blasters suffer back-to-back defeats for the first time since October. For now, following a few weeks of seesawing with Odisha FC, FC Goa have finally managed to get back in 5th place. They will hope to extend this advantage when they host East Bengal FC on January 26. Kerala Blaster remain in 3rd place, 10 points behind Hyderabad FC and just 1 ahead of ATK Mohan Bagan in 4th. They will host Northeast United FC next on January 29th. Now the headlines once again. Chief Minister Nongthom Biren pays tribute to great freedom fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on Parakram Divas. RSS General Secretary Dattatreya Hosabale says INA Memorial at Moirang is a pilgrimage center of modern India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi names 21 largest unnamed islands of Andaman and Nicobar after Param Vir Chakra awardees. Village Defence Force personnel goes missing during anti-poppy drive at Phaisi village in Chandel district along Indo-Myanmar border. Manhunt launched. Manufacturing plants found set up in agricultural land in 7 villages within Hairok constituency of Thoba district. An ace boxer, Mary Kom, will head oversight committee to probe allegations by wrestlers, says Union Sport Minister Anurag Thakur. That is all we have for now. Thank you for watching IS News. Have a good evening.